Did I tell you about Karimi's neighbor's quest for a lush green lawn? Sit for this one as I help you, as I was helped, to mind your own business and live a quiet life. I call this one The Greener Grass on the Other Side is Lots of Work. Or maybe stop keeping up with the Jonases.
Welcome to a fresh new week on Humour Meets Storytelling with Dr. Muthoni Omuhungo. Step into our happy little corner of the internet, where wit and wisdom go hand in hand, and every story is wrapped in faith, fun, and a generous sprinkle of humor. The week may come with its challenges, but here, we believe a hearty laugh and a heartfelt story can make all the difference. Whether you're looking for a mood boost, a fresh perspective, or just a reason to pause and smile, you're in the right place. In just 10 minutes, we serve up laughter, insight, and storytelling, a perfect way to reset, recharge, and refocus as you step into the new week. So wherever you are, commuting to or from work, sipping your morning coffee, winding down from a long day, or simply needing a pick-me-up, plug in, press play, and let's laugh a little, learn a little, and live a lot. Tune in daily on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Spotify, and WhatsApp, and let's spread the joy, one story at a time. Life's too short, let's make it count.
You've heard the saying, the grass is always greener on the other side. Well, let me tell you about the story my friend Karimi told me. It left me forever changed. Karimi started, Muthoni, I have my neighbor, Mr. Momo, who believed this saying with all his heart. He would peer over the fence every morning, coffee in hand, and sigh dramatically as he admired my lush green lawn. He saw it was greener than his and decided it was time to act. One Saturday morning, I woke up to the symphony of heavy machinery. Peeking outside, I saw Mr. Momo had hired an entire landscaping crew. They were ripping out his patchy dry grass and laying down rolls of fresh turf that looked like it had been dyed in a factory. The next day, I saw him watering it with a hose in one hand and a fan in the other. He said the grass needed wind simulation. By midweek, he was outside talking to his lawn, probably reciting motivational verses like, "You can grow this." Meanwhile, I sat on my porch sipping tea, watching this spectacle unfold. 1 week later, Mr. Momo's new grass was turning brown. He stormed over, waving an empty fertilizer packet in the air, and demanded to know my secret. I smiled and said, I water it every day, pull out the weeds by hand, and mow it weekly. It's not magic, just consistent effort. His jaw dropped. Wait, so it's hard work? I laughed. Oh yes, the greener grass comes with a lot of sweat. The moral? If the grass looks greener on the other side, it's probably because someone is working harder on it, or it's fake. Either way, be prepared to roll up your sleeves because greener grass, much like a fruitful life, is a result of consistent, intentional effort. Or, as Mr. Momo would now say, that lone life is no joke. That story reminded me of another one, a saying, keeping up with the Jonases, it's a full-time job. Let me save you some trouble. Just like the grass, keeping up with the Jonases is like running a marathon with a fringe strapped to your back. It's exhausting, unnecessary, and downright absurd. Take my fictional friend, Sam, for example. The Jonas family down the street got a shiny new Range Rover last year. Naturally, Sam decided he had to upgrade from his perfectly functional Toyota car. But the Jonases' Range Rover had all the bells and whistles, leather seats, Wi-Fi, and cup holders that could probably keep your tea hot for hours. So, Sam didn't just get any Range Rover. He got one with self-driving features. The problem? He couldn't afford it. He ended up financing it for 15 years. That's not a car loan, that's a mortgage. Not one to stop there, Sam noticed the Jonases put in a swimming pool. Never mind that he doesn't even like swimming, let alone cleaning leaves out of the water. But Sam, being Sam, got a pool too. One so big his backyard now looks like a water park for mosquitoes. The breaking point came when the Jonases remodeled their kitchen. Sam was determined to top it. He went all out, granite countertops and double oven, though he only knows how to boil eggs, and a fridge so fancy it texts you when you're low on milk. Impressive, right? Until his wife pointed out they now couldn't afford the milk the fridge was texting them about. That's when Sam threw in the towel. I'm done, he declared one morning, wiping sweat off his brow as he watched the Jonases unpack a trampoline. Let them keep their trampoline. I'm going to enjoy my life and my debt. So here's the thing. Keeping up with the Jonases isn't just hard, it's expensive, stressful, and hilariously unnecessary. The Jonases probably aren't even thinking about you. They're too busy trying to keep up with someone else. So save your wallet, your sanity, and your dignity. Instead of keeping up, how about sitting down with a cup of tea and a good laugh? Life is better when you stay in your own lane or driveway. So, here are my 3 lessons. 1. Contentment brings peace. Mr. Momo and Sam both fell into the trap of comparison, believing they needed more to be happy. The truth is, chasing after what others have only leads to frustration, debt, and exhaustion. 1 Timothy 6 verse 6 to 7, it says that, but godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into this world, and we can take nothing out of it. Rather than coveting what others have, focus on what God has already provided for you. True contentment comes from knowing that God meets our needs and gives us what is best in His own perfect timing. 2. Hard work yields lasting results. Karimi's well-maintained lawn didn't happen overnight. It was the result of consistent effort and care. Similarly, success in any area of life, whether spiritual growth, relationships, or career, requires diligence and discipline. Proverbs 12:27, it says, the lazy do not roast any game, but the diligent feed on the riches of the hand. Instead of seeking shortcuts or envying others, commit to the process of growth. Faithfulness in small things leads to big results. And 3, stay in your own lane and live quietly. Sam's endless quest to outdo the Jonases left him financially drained and emotionally exhausted. The Bible calls us to live simply and mind our own business, focusing on what God has called us to do. 1 Thessalonians 4:11-12, it says, make it your ambition to lead a quiet life. You should mind your own business and work with your hands, just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders and so that you will not be dependent on anybody. Life isn't about impressing others, it's about faithfulness to God and living with purpose. When we stop comparing and start appreciating, we find true joy. So, the grass may seem greener on the other side, but someone is watering it, weeding it, and working hard for it. Instead of looking over the fence, tend to your own patch with diligence, gratitude, and contentment. God has given you all you need for a flourishing life, right where you are. So, what book is in my hand today? The Ideal Startup by Nicholas Arujo. Now, before you sigh and mutter, oh no, not another business book, let me stop you right there. This isn't a typical jargon-filled, sleep-inducing guide. No, my friends, this book is like a GPS for chaotic jungle of startups, especially for those navigating the unique challenges of the African business landscape. Here's the thing, starting a business can feel a lot like trying to keep up with the Jonases. Remember those guys? The flashy competitors, the trendy offices, the Instagram perfect marketing campaigns. It's enough to make you want to curl up under a blanket and stick to your 9 to 5. But this book, it doesn't tell you to fake it till you make it. Instead, it gives you the practical tools to build something real. Nicholas walks you through every step of the process, from the brainstorming of your business idea to crafting a pitch deck that won't put investors to sleep. He even tackles the fun stuff, like tax compliance and legal requirements. Okay, maybe fun is a stretch, but at least you won't end up with a surprise visit from the taxman. And because this book is tailored to the African market, it doesn't just drop generic advice. It's packed with tips and strategies that work within our context, where raising startup capital sometimes means pitching to your relatives and convincing your aunties that your business idea is better than a goat for your dowry. Whether you're figuring out how to lead a team, manage records, or execute a marketing strategy that actually lands clients, the ideal startup equips you with the know-how to run a business without running yourself into the ground. So, if you're tired of merely keeping up and ready to start building something meaningful, this is the book for you. Because, let's face it, greener grass is overrated. A thriving startup? Now, that's worth watering. Did I mention that The Ideal Startup by Nicholas is the content of the year 2024 in a cover by CLC Kenya? Oh yes, it earned that title, and with good reason. The judges had this to say: the content of the book is exceptionally rich, providing valuable insight and practical guidance. It stands out as a masterpiece for startups, offering strategies and principles that are not only innovative but also highly applicable for new business ventures. Moreover, the book demonstrates an impressive level of clarity and polish with no notable errors detected. While the book does not explicitly reference scripture, its teachings and principles align well with Christian values. When applied within a Christian business context, the content has the potential to significantly enhance operations and foster kingdom-focused success. Now, I don't know about you, but when a book gets such glowing feedback, it's like hearing someone rave about a dish you've never tried. You know you're about to add it to your must-have list. The Ideal Startup isn't just a book, it's an investment in your entrepreneurial journey, providing practical tools that will set your business up for success without requiring a business degree or $1 million budget. So, if this is your year to step into the world of startups or refine your current hustle, this book is your golden ticket. With clear focus strategies, actionable insight, and a clear roadmap, you will not be trading in the streets of keeping up with the Jonases, because you will have the joy of running your business God's way.
Let's meet the author. Nicholas is an economist, entrepreneur, and tax specialist with over a decade of experience in tax administration. His expertise lies in customs and international trade, covering areas such as customs laws and procedures, border management, valuation, and warehousing. Beyond taxation, he is a business analyst with a keen interest in data analytics, leveraging analytical tools to drive operational efficiency and transform data into valuable insights. His vision is to help organizations cultivate a fact-based decision-making culture through data-driven strategies. As an author and personal development writer, Nicholas has published 3 books aimed at empowering individuals and businesses. 1. The Breakthrough: Moving Beyond the Sticking Points, a practical guide for fresh graduates navigating life after university. 2. Beyond Education: a deep dive into the soft skills that are not taught in school, but are essential for professional and personal growth. 3. The Ideal Startup: a step-by-step guide to launching a successful business, featuring real-world case studies and insights from the Ugandan market. Nicholas holds a bachelor's degree from Makerere University and an MBA from Edinburgh Business School. Passionate about economic development, entrepreneurship, and knowledge sharing, he continues to inspire individuals and businesses through his expertise and writings. Find more at africanauthors.net. That's a wrap on today's episode of Humour Meets Storytelling with Dr. Muthoni Omuhango. As we close, remember, laughter is a divine gift, and every story is a gentle nudge that God's grace is always at work. If today's episode made you smile, think, or simply breathe a little easier, don't keep it to yourself. Spread the joy. Send it to a friend, bring it up over coffee, or even spark a conversation with that random person next to you. Trust me, we could all use a little more light in our day. We hope your week is unfolding beautifully, just as it is for us. Join us again tomorrow for another 10-minute dose of humor, wisdom, and storytelling, the perfect reset for your mind and heart. Until then, keep laughing, keep loving, and keep leaning into God's unshakable joy. This is Humor Meets Storytelling with Dr. Muthoni Omuhango, signing off with faith, fun, and a heart full of stories. See you soon.